The judge is here, for God's sake. You can't preempt the judge.
Are we doing him now or later?
Don't start now. By now, you've seen it, heard about it, probably talked about it too. Senator Rand Paul's near 13-hour filibuster. The senator was talking about drones and federal jurisdiction and the Constitution. But since this is a business program, I want to pose this question. Could another senator make a similar stand, a filibuster perhaps, about an economic issue? All rise, Judge Andrew Napolitano is here. Now, I know you're very much in sympathy with Rand Paul and what he's got to say about drones. I got it. But what struck me was, why don't I see somebody else stand up and filibuster this nonsense that's going on with economic policy?
Well, you know, these filibusters rarely are successful to the extent that they stop what the senator wants to stop. They usually succeed in exposing to the public the issue the senator wants to expose.
And that's exactly what Rand Paul did last night.
In the case of Rand Paul, without getting into the merits of the drone argument, it's really sad that his letters to the White House were unanswered, and it was necessary for him to put his body and soul through this 13-hour ordeal in order to get people to pay attention to the issue, specifically the White House.
Okay.
So could he do this with some financial appropriation? Could he do this when the government wants to raise taxes, increase spending, increase borrowing, raise the debt ceiling?
Yeah, exactly.
Answer yes. I don't know why they don't do it, other than the physical demands on the body and the fact that it usually doesn't succeed. But under the Senate rules, yes, they can.
I thought that you could not filibuster a spending bill. You couldn't hold it up or something.
Well, I think you can filibuster anything you want in this. I'm not an expert in the Senate rules, but my understanding of them, Chad Pergram was one of our superstar producers from D.C. My understanding of them is that you can filibuster anything, and they have means for breaking the filibuster, which obviously they did last night once he came up for air.
If you're doing a filibuster, as Rand Paul did last night, you're not allowed to leave the chamber, are you?
No, unfortunately.
And
so obviously there are physical demands that could keep the filibuster within, I don't know, 12, 13, 14 hours.
I think Strom Thurmond went for 24 hours. But you can't sit down either, can you? You got to.
There was a time when you could sit down, but you can't any longer. So those rules keep tightening to make the filibuster less likely to occur.
Look, my point is very simple. If somebody did that with raising the debt ceiling, for example, you would draw enormous attention to what's going on with our national finances.
We should be able to draw that attention, perhaps without the stress on the body that he endured. I mean, he's a young, athletic man. Not every senator could do this.
It doesn't have to be just one senator stands and talks. Couldn't somebody else take over
for
absolutely, 12 hours and just keep this thing going? You could do that, couldn't you?
If they follow the rules as Senator Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio and Mike Lee and Ron Johnson and the others did last night, then they can extend the filibuster. The filibusterer still has to remain standing, and he can't use the facilities, and he's got to stay there.
Oh, so there's one filibusterer.
Yes, but they can give him a break from speaking by their own long-winded, intentionally long-winded, to give him more of a break, questions to him. I would like to see that done. Well, that's a great idea, Stuart.
So would I.
With a lot of economic issues. In order to bring people's attention to the awareness of the problem.
You've got political clout. Make it happen.
Who do I have political clout with?
I don't know.
You can't filibuster a budget resolution, though, but possibly line items in it.
I thought you could filibuster anything.
See, it's something you didn't know.
I thought you could talk for as long as you wanted.
I've got to stop you right there because we're out of time.
I can't filibuster?
No. You know why? Because in a moment I'm talking football with a football star, and I know the audience is desperate to see me talk football. Okay?
Do you know enough about football? This is American football to have this conversation intelligently.
Do you know enough about football?
There he goes, Philip.
Quiet.